Welcome to Right is Wrong with Brian and Tom. Here are Brian and Tom. I'm not sure which is which since I'm a robot. Enjoy!
This is the Optimism episode, isn't it?
Fascism still in progress, but slightly less in progress.
Yes.
Maybe. Yeah.
The blue bar sliding from the left to the right has been impeded a little bit by a bad internet connection in a rural city. So that's the only thing that slowed it down. We have really shitty broadband.
There was a little buffering that resulted from that election. I look at it like a giant block of ice, and we chipped away at it like a little bit with kind of like a big fork. And we just chipped away. We chipped away a little of the giant ice block that is our government.
Now, what happens if we chip away all the way through the ice block? Is there like a woolly mammoth inside? I mean, what do we get at the end?
We're just back to the way it was, which is still kind of shitty, but not Trump shitty.
Yes.
Yeah.
Trump shitty is the worst kind of shit.
Yeah, there's like government shittiness, which has existed pretty much for a very long time, and it kind of ebbs and flows. You had your Newt Gingrich era and your Tea Party, and that, but this is like super, super shitty. And we just need to get it back to like Gingrich shitty.
Yeah.
That's the baseline.
Shitty adjacent. Yes.
Yeah. But no, it was a good day. I mean, I'm hesitant to over analyze one day of elections, but partially because I think people are really fucking furious at Trump, but also partially because the candidates that they ran were really bad.
Yes, but on the other hand, you look at the like Moms for Liberty lost all of their elections, and even in like right-wing strongholds like Bucks County, Pennsylvania, like it didn't go well anywhere.
Yeah. I do think it is the perfect storm with the shutdown, and I think there is an ebb and a flow to it, right? So who knows what'll happen in the midterms? Maybe things will be better for him.
Well, also it was a perfect storm to get him to get Trump in the first place. So I mean, Biden had a horrible debate, and Kamala had 107 days, and I still believe and I'm not a conspiracy theorist, I will still take this to my grave.
You are. Yes, you are.
No, I'm not. Martian. No, I'm not.
No, you're not a
Martian.
conspiracy theorist, but you're a conspiracy believer.
I'm a conspiracy connoisseur. I still believe that Elon fucked with the results. I will take it to my grave. You can show stats to me, but I'm sorry, 7 swing states. You can't tell me that people are voting for Slotkin in Michigan and then Trump. And then same thing, Gallego in Arizona and then Trump. I'm sorry, it makes no sense. It makes no sense. Yes, there are some people, but enough people in 7 different states to tip it. And the fact that Elon's saying, well, if Trump loses this, I'm going to be in big trouble. I'm going to go to jail for a long time. and Trump saying, after this, you won't have to vote anymore.
I mean, he's a constant series of tells in everything that he says.
Exactly.
And when your entire personality basically revolves around a couple things, one being like me first, and the second being basically saying overtly and out loud repeatedly that cheating is good and cheating is like a means of getting what you want. I mean, if you say I cheat enough times, you have to believe that he cheats.
Of course he cheats.
Yeah.
He cheats at golf. He
takes his ball and like moves it up a couple dozen feet.
I don't even believe that he identified the camel in his cognitive test. I think I think somebody was like shining a little one of those laser lights on the camel, and then he's like, "Oh yeah, that's
a dog. It's a dog with a hump.
The dog with bad posture."
I don't even know if Trump could identify a dog. Like, have you ever seen him interacting with a non-human being?
No. You know why? Because a dog can't do anything for him.
Right, and also because a dog would bite his balls. He'd be like, you think dogs can sense evil, and the dog would just chomp onto his ball sack. It's like, I mean, you can tell a lot about a person by how many times they are seen with an animal of some sort. Even if it's just like, oh, here's a video of me during my campaign at a state farm and I'm petting a pig. And
totally agree.
Trump has never been with an animal of any kind and like showed affection toward any animal.
He has not done so many things. Do you think that he's ever taken a picture a photo ever. Seriously, I'm not talking about of himself or anything. Like, do you think he's ever picked up a camera and taken a picture?
Like
or
when
his camera phone?
when he's in, like for me, I would think about that too, because if I were ever sent on an international diplomatic trip and I was in like, Malaysia, I would be like just taking pictures of everything. Oh, where's the palace? I'm about to go in and meet with. No, I don't think he cares. Unless it's maybe if it's covered in gold, he might take the phone out.
Or he probably just turns his iPhone, he reverses the lens. So every picture is just of himself from like 2 inches away.
Speaking of pictures, I'm sure you saw that photo of him when that guy had like a medical crisis in the Oval Office yesterday.
Yes.
And he was someone Getty photographer captured him with the look of, this isn't about me for a second. And he was really, really upset.
Yeah, it should win a Pulitzer Prize. It is just
he literally showed on his face the exact personification of not giving a fuck about another person's well-being.
Yep.
In a photo, like saying, this guy is ruining my day by dying in the Oval Office.
It was an inconvenience.
Yeah, exactly.
It really was.
Yeah. And he was maybe worried about, I don't know, maybe dirtying his new gold rug.
I don't know. But the amazing thing is they were talking about lowering the price of weight loss drugs.
Right.
But the thing is, they don't even have to do that because the other way to lose weight is to just starve the populace.
Yeah.
So he's going to put Ozempic out of business because there will be no food.
You can either do Wegovy or you can have no SNAP benefit.
Yeah.
Those are the two ways you can lose weight. Yeah.
People are already, this is just happened, I believe November 1st was the first day of no SNAP benefits or suspended or whatever. People are already like waiting in line at food banks for 13, 14 hours to get to the head of the line. There's no more food. They're already dumpster diving in the back of Walmart and taking what they can. This is horrible. And it's not even that cold yet. Once it gets cold, it's going to get even worse.
And a judge basically told him he has to do it. And he said, nah.
Yeah. And then he appealed. He said, and then he appealed, which means these poor starving people are going to, the only way to get medical coverage or food these days is to have a fucking GoFundMe.
So why isn't the media showing more of this struggle?
Because the media is in cahoots and the media has been bought, and Barry Weiss is
Barry Weiss.
But by the way, Barry Weiss, who's now in charge of CBS, who I fucking hate, and she has a $10,000 a day security detail.
Yeah. Well,
$10,000 a day.
There goes our chance of CBS buying this podcast. Thanks, man. No, the cronyism, I think it's going to fail, though. I don't think Barry Weiss is going to make CBS News into anything good again. I don't think any of these places, ABC, NBC News, they're all going to go away because news is not what it used to be. And you're not going to save traditional broadcast news by putting a crazy, what would you call Barry Weiss? She's not even like, I just feel like she's a provocateur. That's her role in the world.
I think she's all about grifting. First of all, she only cares about lowering her taxes, even though she's, even though she's gay, and a lot of the social issues that she believes in are getting ripped away.
Is she gay? I didn't even know that.
Yes, she's gay.
Well, let me take her off my list.
Marjorie Taylor Greene moves up a spot.
I was going to say, I'm putting Marjorie Taylor Greene into the Barry Weiss slot. No, I was telling you there earlier that like I find myself, and I don't want you to take this the wrong way, but I find myself being sort of semi-attracted to Marjorie Taylor Greene these days. It's weird. Like I saw her on, I think it was on CNN. She's being interviewed, and I was like, she has kind of like a glow about her now, like a different look.
I've removed my my hate from her now.
Okay, all right.
Well, I've toned down the hate. I no longer hate her.
I think that's what I'm feeling. Yeah. I'm feeling like when I saw Marjorie Taylor Greene in the past, I got this visceral, horrible feeling of like I kind of wanted to retch. And maybe now that I'm not retching when I see her, I'm feeling that as attraction.
Yeah, no, what I say, I mean, my hate is not gone. It's just migrated over to Mike Johnson and these other fucks.
Yeah. Well, there's only so much a reservoir of hate you can have. And it's hard to, like I said last week, he's moved up with a bullet on my list of like people in the government that I
be careful about saying Mike Johnson and bullet in the same sentence.
Oh God, you're right.
You'll get a knock on your door.
Oh, you're right.
And then it'll be for me saying, I love that joke.
It will be for me saying we ride at midnight. I mean, MTG, as you know, AOC was saying that it's because she was snubbed for her Senate campaign. Trump said, no, you can't do it. Which, by the way, why does that stop somebody from, I don't understand the idea that I want to run for Senate. Trump says no, so you can't do it.
I guess you won't have his backing, and these days, that's a good thing. Every single person that he endorsed lost.
Right.
Every single person.
He did not. But he did not endorse the Virginia governor candidate. What's her name? Winsome.
By the way, did you hear Winsome, who is a black woman?
Yeah.
She is very upset at Obama. I'm not making this up, for not endorsing her because
a black candidate has to endorse another black candidate.
Yep. Yeah.
That just makes no sense at all.
It makes no sense. And he's like, well, it can't be because I'm a woman, because he endorsed Kamala. Yeah, because Kamala's on the same fucking team. And also because Kamala's not a fucking fascist.
Yeah. Wow. That's just shows you how politically ridiculous she is. Oh, and half of her ads were anti-trans.
Oh, yeah, of course.
50% of her ads that she ran in Virginia were anti-trans. So that was basically her platform for governor was I'm anti-trans.
I just want to hear somebody besides Riley Gaines, the swimmer, who, like, a trans person has ruined their life. I mean, it's punching down so far.
Well, trans fats have ruined my life. Maybe that's what she's talking about.
That's true. It's trans fats.
Yeah, come on. You misunderstood. It's not about people. No, you're right. It's like, has anybody been harmed by a trans person? To the point where they're, like, and even if it was, get angry at the person, not because they're trans. Like, what about the Hamas Israel thing? So that's a good example. Like, I can really hate Hamas and understand that Hamas is a terrorist organization that kills people, but I can also simultaneously not want Palestinians to be slaughtered.
I feel the same way. And
like, I can have those two thoughts at the same time.
Exactly. And I feel Bibi Netanyahu is just circumcised Trump, and the amount of war crimes he has committed and the amount of crimes he committed, before the war even started. I mean, he is a fucking criminal. A trial in The Hague is too good for that fucking guy.
Actually, that Turkey is going to put out an arrest warrant for him. So if he goes to Turkey, if Netanyahu goes to Turkey, they're going to arrest him. At least they're Erdogan, is that how you say it? Erdogan?
I think it's Erdogan. Oh, no, that's a health food store.
Erdogan.
Erdogan.
Isn't that a type of sneaker, the Erdogan?
I wish somebody would just, next trip he takes anywhere, just fucking arrest the guy.
You know what they should do in Australia if he comes down to Australia and lands there? They should get a line of kangaroos. And yeah, you ever seen a kangaroo jump up with it and kick someone with its back feet?
Yes, it's awesome.
I want to see that. I want to see kangaroos kick Trump in the face. That would be kind of fun to watch.
And then have Mike Pence, no, not Mike Pence, and then have J.D. Vance pardon the kangaroo.
Wow, you still think that Pence is vice president, don't you?
I do. Because
you're clinging to Trump 1.0 because that was better.
I still think that Al Gore is president and Pence is vice president. That's how messed up I am.
This episode is brought to you by whining. When elections don't turn out the way you want, just whine. Yeah, fucking whine, little babies. Whine! Get some whining today.
So let's talk about the government shutdown, because we're now by the way, congratulations, we set a record.
Not only did we set a record, I was looking at this. If the government doesn't open or reopen by Monday night, it will be twice as long as any government shutdown in history if you don't include Trump's last government shutdown. So it would double anybody that's not Trump.
So, wait, but it's already the longest shutdown. How could it be?
It would be double the longest shutdown.
Double. I see. Okay.
Double the longest shutdown that Trump had nothing to do with.
Gotcha. So it's like Trump, one of those things where like someone sets a record and you're like, not only is it a record, but it's 15 seconds better than the other person's record.
It's basically like you running a 1 minute mile, which I know you can do.
Yeah. Trump is like the Roger Bannister of,
the Roger Bannister of assholes.
That was like trying to pull that reference out of my head. it popped in, but it could have also gone the other way where I was like, that guy, that guy ran the mile.
What was that, 1952 or something?
Yeah, I remember it like it was yesterday. So we're at the shutdown and air traffic controllers aren't working and they're going to be, just no flights soon. Basically, if you want to fly, you'll have to, I don't know, maybe this is a boon for the private jet industry.
Well, they said that the private jet industry represents approximately 12% of all flights.
No,
and
really?
Yep. That's what they say. And that 10% of the flights, the commercial flights, are being canceled right now. So technically, if they just canceled all the private planes, we wouldn't have to shut down the airports. 1,000 flights have already been canceled as we speak.
Yeah.
1,000.
And I don't even want to know what's going on in national parks. I mean, you have to imagine people are just running around like riding bison and taking mountain lions out for like
bringing their pet kangaroos there to kick bison in the face.
Exactly. Yeah.
No,
I mean,
the government shutdown. I mean, does this ever end?
Yes, it will end when there's an accident or incident or some. I'm just trying to. There has to be some catalyst. Maybe it won't end. Now that I'm thinking it through, maybe it won't.
The
government. I mean, the Republicans kind of like no government, and there are only a few things like maybe air traffic controllers. People don't notice things until there's a big accident, right? So if you aren't affected directly by something, then why would you care if the government's shut down, right? I guess.
Yeah, and if there's a plane crash or something, there's going to be some Republicans on it. So maybe that'll. No, I mean, maybe that'll be the catalyst. Who knows?
No, I heard they're going to start Republican-free and Democratic-free flights. That would be a good market. Like, we could start an airline that's called, like, Democrat Air, and you could only fly if you're a Democrat.
Dem Air.
Dem Air.
I would rather sit next to a crying baby than a Republican.
Well, they're the same thing.
Yeah, that's true.
See what I did there?
They're fucking whiny little bitches.
I mean, that's the thing which I think is so shocking, is like they try to, the Republicans are constantly in this battle to divide us, and they see the result of what happens when they go too far on that on Tuesday. You would think they'd course correct and be like, okay, maybe we need to sort of reach out to.
Nope.
But they're doubling down.
You heard him on 60 Minutes. Do you have a plan for healthcare? Nope.
Nope.
Are you going to try and come up with one? Nope. That's not on the agenda.
Also, yesterday he said, don't talk to me about affordability.
Yeah.
He was getting actually like angry and defensive from the guy who said grocery prices were going to come down on day one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, what he did is now he's saying Walmart's Thanksgiving Day thing has dropped 25%, which is true. Now, the reason it has dropped 25% is because instead of like 25 items, there's now like 16 items.
Yeah, I heard that.
And the items
25% because all you get is stuffing.
Yeah. And the items that you're getting are no longer like premier tier items. They're like shitty items.
Yeah, they're like turkeys with deformities.
Yeah. One-winged turkeys. The only part of the turkey that they give you is the beak.
The beak. You get
the beak and the feathers. But you cannot lie to people about prices because they will figure shit out for themselves. It's one of the few things that they will figure out for themselves.
Except for really rich people who don't really care.
But I don't really care about rich people, so...
I mean, I like to think that if I were a rich person, and by rich, I mean like, rich.
$80 in the bank?
Yeah, if I had like a bank account, for example.
Yeah.
No. But I mean, like, if I were very, very wealthy, I would like to think that I would still care about, I mean, there are rich people that still care about other people.
Yeah, but like Elon Musk, he has nothing named after him, no hospitals, he just fucking keeps everything. And then you have people like Billie Eilish donating like $12 million to help the starving.
Right, because she's a good person.
Right, but Elon Musk...
But there are rich, good people, right? I mean, you have to imagine there are people that are... I mean, Musk is just an example of the ultimate just disgusting... By the way, yesterday, shareholders approved $1 trillion payday for Musk.
Yeah, he has to hit certain incentives, but it's fucking
like
disgusting.
He'll earn
disgusting.
$1 trillion for like... And this is the guy who did the Cybertruck and who did Doge. I mean, those are giant failures.
Yep.
If I were rewarded for giant failures, fucking loaded.
Yep. And he got kicked out of PayPal.
Exactly.
I mean, really, how do you get kicked out of PayPal?
Like we said at the beginning, there was good news. We just have to keep the pressure. I know there's a big march on Washington on the 22nd.
Yes.
Which I would love to go to, but I'm busy on that night. For real. I'm not just saying I'm busy. Sorry, I'm booked. But like the goal is we got to get all those people that are really angry that voted for all these Democrats to go to Washington and like surround the White House with 1 million people.
I know. And hopefully it won't
basically
be
like Trump will come out and, go to the roof like he did and look over 1 million people, and it would just be great optics.
Oh, I doubt he'll even be there. He's in Mar-a-Lago this weekend again, playing golf. People are starving. He's in fucking Mar-a-Lago again, doing nothing.
Yeah,
doing nothing. It's maddening. I mean, people are fucking like, haven't you been hungry for? You haven't eaten in like 2 or 3 hours, and you get cranky and you feel like shit. And you're like, how can I get anything done? There are fucking 6-year-old kids with no food.
Yeah,
I mean, this is mad. This is maddening. This is madness. And then you have that guy with the, like, you know, that guy that threw the Subway sandwich.
Oh, sandwich guy. Yeah, he got acquitted.
Yeah. Well, whatever happened to the sandwich? I'm surprised that, it's the only food they should chop
That's
that
what
up.
he should have been. That's what he should have been charged with, wasting food.
Yeah, wasting food. Wasting somebody's SNAP benefits. It's horrible. And we,
by the way, that's like the fact that we wasted money going on trial
3 days
for a guy who threw a Subway sandwich. And I love the agent who was testifying. Like, I could smell the mustard. I could smell the onions. And he was, like, that's traumatizing to someone to have a sandwich on your shirt for 5
He was wearing Kevlar, and witnesses said that the sandwich bent a little bit, but it never came out of the packaging. I mean, this is insane. The fact that
the onions in the post, I was so scared.
He thought it was mustard gas.
Nice, exactly.
He thought it was back in
and the
World
onions
War
actually
II
made him cry. They made him cry a little bit, like tear gas.
But we spent more money on the sandwich thrower than we have on feeding our vulnerable children.
The sandwich thrower went on trial, and then the J6 people got pardoned. I think it's time to get to our game of the week.
Game of the week.
Woohoo! This is actually a true story if you hadn't heard. Truth Social, which I know is all of your favorite social media site. That's where I get all my news. They're actually going to roll out something called Truth Predict, another way of grifting money from people. But it's going to be a prediction marketplace that will allow you to bet on election results in sports. God, he's like, what's the final frontier of grifting? I haven't done this yet. So Truth Predict is going to come soon. We thought, why wait until then? So why don't we come up with some potential bets that you can invest your Melania meme coins in once Truth Predict is up?
Yes. Odds that a member of ICE will win the Nobel Peace Prize, 50 billion quadrillion to 1. Odds that they'll rip the Nobel Peace Prize away from a U.S. citizen, 3 to 1.
You can also bet on the odds that Trump will lie in the next 60 seconds if he's sleeping. 10 to 1. Pretty good. That's not bad. 10 to 1.
I would bet on that. Odds that Stephen Miller won't use the word communist in his next sentence, 4 million to 1, and Marxist is 5 million to 1.
Odds that Trump will also bulldoze the West Wing, 3 to 1. Odds that he won't pay the construction company, even money.
Odds that Caroline Leavitt's cross will file for a restraining order, 2 to 1. Hasn't that cross suffered enough?
Exactly. The odds that J.D. Vance will once again change his name during this administration, 3 to 1. And it's actually 5 to 1, a little bit less, that he changes it to Donald Trump.
Odds that Dick Van Dyke's name is in the Epstein files, 2 billion to 1. Probably for something that happened in 1957.
Yeah, when Epstein was just a child. The odds that Gavin Newsom does not own a comb, 4 billion to 1. Because he rents his combs. He's not going to own a comb.
He rents his combs. That's a smart business event.
Yeah, why invest in a comb when you can rent?
That's really smart. I like him even more now.
The odds that Mike Johnson is currently making sure that his son isn't jerking off right now, 5 to 2. That's pretty good. Which are actually roughly the same odds as Mike Johnson's son currently making sure his dad isn't jerking off right now. That's what I call teamwork.
Teamwork is dream work. Odds that Tom Homan is on The Masked Singer, 14-1, which does have a 9-octave range.
He will be a giant llama. Odds that a Republican ever displays any courage? Well, those are about the same odds as a unicorn fucking a rainbow and having a turd baby, which is to say, there are no odds. That's an unbettable bet. That's our show for this week. We should remember about the elections this week and that little note of optimism that I think we can try to carry through, right?
Absolutely. And all the pundits are like, what are the takeaways from Tuesday? The takeaway from Tuesday is all the Republicans do is take things away. Your books, your rights, your education, your medical records, your due process, your safety net, your safety, your sanity, your healthcare, your health, your airports, your clean air, your food, your future, your neighbors. But here's a gun, a Bible, and a coupon for the all-you-can-hate buffet, America.
Let me guess, you wrote that down.
No, actually, my dog is holding up flashcards, and I'm just reading off of them.
Thanks for listening, everybody.
Come back next week.
Or 2 weeks from now, right?
2 weeks from now, yes. Well, you can come back next week and listen to this again.
I think that's a great plan. All right, see you, everybody.
Goodbye.
Thanks for listening to Right is Wrong with Brian and Tom. Please follow us on social media and anti-social media. But please don't follow us while we're running errands. We're paranoid enough as it is. See you next time, human beings.